Hi, I hope you can see that. I took the picture a couple of hours ago on our weekly ride along the River Wandle with the old men, and it looks very complicated. There's a lot in it. I took it behind some trees on the bank. The river's quite wide here it's a sorry chalk stream, but here we have an island, it splits, but I don't know if I can show that, but I'm going to do some sort of impression of it. But what looks like a really complicated picture, how we're going to do that, we'll reduce it to its utter simplicity. So, as you know, all I do is an impression. I'll go back to my paper now. There it is, all set up nicely on there. I'm painting at an angle of about 45-50 degrees. And thanks to Maria, I've got my palette, which I used yesterday a couple of times, in a Ziploc bag. Hopefully keep it all nice and moist from yesterday. Yeah, it looks quite good. Had some help with the 5-year-old and the 7-year-old yesterday, who were painting on the floor by the side of me through the demos. Very well behaved, looking after them for a friend. She ran out of leave in at school holidays. Right, okay. So I'll wet the paper all over with some fairly clean water. It's Fabriano, £130. Cold pressed. I'm going to have to buy some more soon from Grantham. That's where I get it. It comes in these lovely blocks of 100. It's quite a lightweight package. It doesn't weigh very much at all. You'd think it would be very heavy being solid paper, but there's obviously a lot of air in this paper, making it absorbent. Right, that will do for that. The palette is a dirty lemon yellow, raw sienna, alizarin crimson light, red, ultramarine, burnt umber, paint grey and burnt sienna. So I haven't given it a spray. I think perhaps I will do this. So I've got this little spray here. So that'll do. I'll just mop up a bit of moisture now from the centre of the palette. But that just gives the paint a little start in loosening up. So, a bit of raw sienna. It's been a beautiful day. It's very windy today. We had to hang on to our bikes several times. But coming back, it was good with the wind at our backs, and we were getting a bit of a free ride through one or two of the parks that we go through. Right, let's just warm that up. And now we'll put a bit of a blue sky in there. I think because it was morning there wouldn't be a lot of red in the sky, but I like to put a bit of red in the sky. So I mix the two reds together and just gives a blush on the horizon here. There, just by way of a change. Okay, a bit of blue, but not a lot because there's not a lot showing really. All very quickly, and what you put in the sky, put it in the water, and usually the water at your feet is a lot bluer than the blue out there, because when you're looking down, you're reflecting the same angle looking up, where the sky is at its maximum density or thickness, or the atmosphere anyway. Didn't explain that very well. Right, I'll reclip my paper as it's expanded, and then we'll put in a background. But maybe before I do, I'll put in where that island is. So I'll put that in with a bit of red and blue and a bit of yellow. Okay, so it's quite high, we'll put it quite high. So that'll be where the island's going. Then we'll have the bank coming out here. And this is all in shadow coming here. Right, okay, that'll do. That's a start. So we've got all this tangle of trees. I'm going to make them look a lot more distant than they actually are by using blue, because I've got to create the illusion of depth. So I'll mix a bit of blue, a bit of alizarin, and just put it in. Let's dry away there. More green in this foreground here. And a bit of shadow, in warm shadow in these trees here. And we'll do some detail on these as and when, as we get to it. Oh, we've got some nice trees there. We've got trees going right the way up to the top, but I can't do that while we're a bit wet. Right, there's some sky showing through there, and we've got a lot of stuff over here. Warm it up now. Because you've got to simplify, you can't put everything in, so don't even try. Just, that's where we got the nice blues in there. Okay, I'm going to go darker now. 3 primaries, blue, red and yellow. And this tangle of, look, it's taking the dry brush now. Bit of burnt sienna, I think, in there. I'm using my old computer here, and I keep getting a vast security coming up, telling me how slow the computer is. Well, I know it's slow, that's why I new one. So we'll just put in all these nice deep colours. Worry about the reflections later. So a little glance at the photograph. Some nice muted greens. Not using any Payne's grey at the moment. Probably going to end up similar to the one I did yesterday. Okay, so oops. This is so easy to do, but it's so easy to overdo as well. So we've got the bank here on the left, so we'll put it in. And some of these trees are coming through that. I won't put them all in, of course. I'll just put a couple. We've got all this shadow, bank and reflection. Some dark, some red, blue. I'll do some stippling on all this. Right, that's what I wanted to do, that one. Okay. Right, now we'll do the similar to the other side now. And we'll just put a bit of detail in here, just a bit of dry brushing, a bit of green. Notice that the leaves were on the horse chestnuts now. Lovely to see. Just doing the background. Right, now get the darks in there. worn bank. Difficult to say what is bank and what is all the trees coming up in the front of it, but dark in the shadow here. My mates were shooting off down the pathway on the right with our cup of tea ever closer. So that's the island there. Not going to show up as an island. So we won't worry too much about it. You know it's an island there, I know it's an island. Right, okay. So, I think the tree will show counter change against the shadow when I etch it out. Oh, it's just reflections. Right, a bit more on the right. I'll just bring some of that over here. It's darker colour here, just all foliage from the banks either side. So then we can now just etch out with your fingernail. Right, that will do for that. Right, I'll just reclip the paper. Now, all we've got to do now is to detail some more trees in here. Strengthen up the foreground a little bit, and we've hopefully got a picture. Excuse me while I have a swig of my tea. Just bring my screen up so I can actually see it. Alright, so we want to put in some greys for the trees. So I'll put some grey on the shadow side of these here. It looks like the light was coming from that side. So it's a nice dark. I'll use a bit of sienna, bit of Payne's grey, a bit of blue. I'll just have some of these just coming up over the top. Don't even think about trying to put it all in. Absolutely no point. It just becomes clutter. Keep it as simple as possible. Make a statement. A little goes a long way with painting. If you hint at it, people can, or viewers can put their own trunks and trees and grasses in. If you just suggest it, let them do the rest. Then they get involved in your picture. That's that one coming across there. I'll have another couple coming up here. Let's have a more solid one. Coming up here. The leaves we'll put in as a stipple. Right, let's put in some background trees, and I'm going to use raw sienna and lemon yellow for those. They'll show that they're catching the light if they do show at all. Same over here. They won't show that, I think. No, I'll put those a bit of burnt sienna in with them just to give a contrast. A counter change, should I say, to the darker background, so we'll make these trees a little bit darker, but on the warm side. It really is a lovely day. Not everywhere in Britain, it's some snow up in the north, I believe, in Scotland. Now, a bit of blue, heavier blue. Blue recedes. And we're always trying to create this illusion of depth from aerial perspective. Just a few in there, and then we'll put in some darker ones. In here. Okay, then we're trying to give the impression that there are a lot of trees, with there are, but we're trying to do a shorthand for it without actually putting them all in. Right, let's just do this bank now. Let's, I can't put any rocks or anything because there aren't any. It's on chalk. So we've got chalk and muddy banks, but it's a chalk stream, Surrey chalk stream. Although it's called the River Wandle. But it is, when it goes to the Thames, it's quite fast flowing. Although a lot of the distance of it up to the Thames is in culverts. Because it does go through suburbia. Yeah, the Ram Brewery where youngs used to brew all their lovely beers, now brewed up in Bedfordshire. You still get it, the chemists went up to the new brewery, or the old new brewery. Right, just some nice shadow in here. Just blue and red for these. Oh, okay. We've got a lot of shadow, reflections to put in down here, so we just draw them down. Clean my brush, I think. Put them in while I'm at it. Just gently pulling them down in that water. Sorry, it's silent now. I'm trying to concentrate. Colours in. Got some yellow in there, so we'll put those in. Okay. Right. Got to go stippling now. So I'll got another 2-inch hake. Let's use that as a stipple brush. So I'll dip in the water, then I'll get a piece of cloth and I'll just break it up. It's not completely dry, otherwise the bristles would just go back to where they were. Well, so I'll dip it in the water then, I'll make some nice greens. The Payne's grey, a bit of lemon yellow. Dry. Now we've got some water on the palette, I can dry the brush a little bit. Right, okay, so spring green's going in. won't show up there, but they might show up here. More water. A bit of red in there, just so they're brighter. I'll put a few strokes with the rigger. This nice green here. They won't show up against the dark. Oops. Right, let's clean that brush, and then we'll put some rigger stuff in. My rigger brush. Right, swing its heat before it gets cold. Now, a lot of the trunks are quite light, but we can't really do them light unless we use white. So let's just put these in. You get quite a thick line with a number 4 rigger. You squash it like that. Right, okay, just that hint of a lot going on when we haven't really painted a lot. Right, I'll sign it, let's see what we've made of this. Excuse me, head. Right, no bleeds, we can't see any. Right, put it in the blue mount and have a look. See if we've got a painting. There we are, another river scene. It's my version of it. Perhaps even that is far too cluttered. But right, let's just do. I haven't used this for a few days, so Windows won't start update it. Right, so there we are. We've got a painting. I'll zoom in and we can have a look. So there we are, we have it. Now there are just hundreds of trees of various shapes and sizes, even some big willows, but I couldn't put them in. It's just an impression to give you an idea of how to take a complicated scene and simplify it. So I hope you enjoyed that. Let's just come back in a bit more. All right. Okay, I'll let that go. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.